scratching at my neck won't leave me alone. Will you see yourself back in the sun? The light it stings while the night it sings to me. And I'm normal how a story I can't tell, but they'll see the gift they've given to me. I could step aside, I could end this life, but this disease, it won't release, it won't be cured by the night. I guess I'm never coming back. I'm holding on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the St. Pete by Night Twitch channel, where we play St. Petersburg by Night, a massive multiplayer tabletop role-playing game set in the world of darkness. We play Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning, and now Werewolf the Apocalypse. My name is Nikki, also known as Crafty Mirage. You can find me on all social media at Crafty Mirage, and I am one of the storytellers here at St. Pete by Night. Make sure to check us out on St. Pete by Night on all major social media platforms. We're on Twitter, also known as X, and we're on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. But you should check us out at our website, www.stpetbynight.com. We have our city map, we have our storyteller profiles, and we have our one-of-a-kind threat meter that is all gloriously maintained by our guest player, who you will meet in just a second here. If you aren't already a subscriber here on Twitch, you should go ahead and hit that follow button, because we have a lot of great content on here, and you can catch up on all of our past episodes on here too, and on our YouTube channel. And if you're interested in playing with us, please come join our Discord and be a part of our amazing community. Today we are playing St. Pete by Night Don't Get Caught, an Anarch Chronicle here on St. Pete by Night. Let's introduce our players, starting with Avery. You're muted.
Oh, I forgot. I switched it over. My name is Azumi. I play Avery, the Bruja.
Hi, I'm Rex. I'm Krazaz. I play Rex. He's a Nosferatu.
Yeah, I'm Jay. I play the most wonderful and awesome adventurer of the group, Valerie Monette.
And our guest player.
And I'm Kyrie, and I'll be playing Ian Farrow, the Baron of Palm Harbor.
Yes, you are. So, the Ventrue have long been one of the proudest lines of the Kindred Society in World of Darkness. They are known for embracing from the ranks of nobility, privilege, and honor, and have a genuine belief that they know what's best for everyone. They see themselves as the enforcers of tradition and the rightful leaders of Kindred Society, as well as the largest supporters of the Camarilla and the Masquerade. So whenever you hear the term Anarch Ventrue, it's often met with skepticism and mistrust. There aren't many Ventrue in the Anarch movement, but those that do find themselves amongst their ranks often find themselves becoming barons or sweepers. After all, the Clan of Kings can't be denied their thrones no matter what faction they're in. As such, we find ourselves tonight in Palm Harbor, the barony of the Free Ventrue, Ian Farrow. The Coterie has been tasked with investigating a string of masquerade breaching murders caused by an unknown kindred who has left the messes to be cleaned up by the Anarchs of Pinellas County. Through the point of contact Marcos that you have within Tarpon Springs, they were able to get a meeting with Baron Farrow so they may investigate the territory and any murders that took place within. Tonight we find ourselves in Palm Harbor, an unincorporated community in Florida with many local eateries, small shopping centers, and various residential neighborhoods. Now, when you're preparing to meet a Ventrue, most expect to find themselves somewhere upscale, but the location you're at tonight is anything but. The Stilt House Brewery is a small hole-in-the-wall bar located in a small shopping center that caters to automotive needs, beach-themed interior decorating, and water-themed recreation. You pull into your parking spots right in front of the bar and emerge to a moderately cool night, the kind that would require a light jacket. You can see that the interior of the business is lit and notice that there is movement of people within. Kindred, go ahead and give me your rouse checks for the day. And let me know if you are also going to Blush of Life.
Now, mind you, I know we rolled for hunger last time. Did that carry over? Or are we starting back at one?
This is a week later, so you are on a brand new day. Ooh.
Well, I was going to do Blush of Life.
I will try and do Blush of Life.
Okay.
I think I will too.
Okay.
That's just another rouse check, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Valerie, you are good.
Nice change of pace.
We don't expect to be in the public, do we?
You don't know. You see movement inside the bar.
Fine, I'll do one too.
All right. Ooh. Got a couple of kindred a little bit hungrier tonight. All right. So you have the scene. You see the bar is in front of you, and the scene is yours.
I was expecting, I don't know, high rise, big tower, penthouse.
He's like Valerie's kind of looks like lost in thought, just looking at the building, like checking around, like trying to see if there's anyone I can notice from like the outside here. Maybe like anyone on the outside of the building. It's just after a moment I'll try and walk in with River.
You bringing River with you? All right.
Yep.
What about you, Rex? What's going on in your mind seeing this place?
Well, it's not exactly Ventru material, but I'm also like just kind of don't care. I'm gonna be in my regular hooded attire, and I guess if it's gonna be public, I guess I'll throw a mask on, like we did back in the old COVID times.
All right. Easy enough.
Back in the dark time.
Back in the dark days. All right. Now, are you entering the facility right away, or are you guys going to discuss before going in?
I mean, I feel like before you walk in, Valerie would take a moment to like look to my other kindred and say, make sure to stay on edge. We don't know what to expect, especially with if Nyx kept to their word or not. So make sure to keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
All right, so you're a Ventru. What should we expect here? Or just another one of you, or a little bit more high and mighty?
Well, they're Baron, so
They're definitely a little bit more than me, but I couldn't tell you anything about them. I mean, actually, could I roll something to see if I know anything?
Sure, go
Like
ahead.
a politics or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an intelligence and politics roll. If you have a Camarilla specialty. No, an Anar... Well, yeah, no. And if you have a specialty in Ventru, actually, you can add a bonus.
I think that was the next rank of that lore sheet I've taken, actually, but I don't think I do, so we're going to go with normal.
Actually, yeah, let's check your lore sheet, because I know.
I know, I can't remember the top of my head if it was the first one or the second one.
I'm pretty sure it's the second dot, but
Yeah,
where
that's what I'm
are
thinking.
you? I can't find you in the list. All right, hang on. Pardon.
That's a good sign.
Pardon while we look up lore sheets, guys. I have a cheat sheet. All right, you have the first dot, correct?
Yes.
No, you have. That's with your. That's only with. That gives you a bonus with your herd or your retainers.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
Alright.
3 successes anyways.
Three
I forgot to put my one
successes.
hunger. It didn't quite matter.
3 successes. With 3 successes, I don't know. Mr. Pharaoh, what do you think that they would be able to gather as a Ventru with 3 successes? Technical difficulty just then? Go ahead. And
Given Ian's history with St. Pete in general, the fact that he was an emissary in the previous prince's court, uh, it's highly possible that he is pomp and circumstance, like most Ventrue.
I guess yeah. I'll say had connection to as an emissary before, so I would act on your best behavior if you can. I'm not like my other, I'm not like other ventures. I wouldn't base your assumptions off me.
You're the only venture I know, so
That's probably for the best.
Wouldn't doubt it.
I would like to point out that Avery didn't dress up as much tonight as she did for Baron De Leon. Like tonight, she's just wearing like kind of like a cropped like sweater,
that's
like
cute,
knit
actually.
sweater.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, plaid pants, boots.
I like that.
Definitely
Outfit.
like dressy, but not like over the top.
Gotcha. How are the rest? And how is Valerie dressed tonight?
I imagine like as like more upscale end of the clothy, with the still like rocking the normal like suit and tie and kind of match up. I was trying to think. I'm not very good with business wear attire, so I'm not on the top of my head.
Like a
But I imagine also
blazer, button down, nice
yeah,
blouse.
yeah, and then with like walking in also in the high heels, gotta get that couple extra inches.
Yeah. All right. Are you heading inside? All right. So the inside of the bar, it's a pretty standard bar setting. It's got a wraparound, like three-way wraparound bar that's set up around these impressive looking taps. And there's like at least 36 taps. So you can tell that they brew their own beer and everything. They have select local types of brews that they sell here. You see stools pulled up to the counter, and there are other high-rise tables with little bar stools that people can sit at. And you do give me a wits and awareness.
Does River also get to roll?
Yes, River also gets to roll. What's his dice pool again?
Dumb. I think it's 7 from top of my head. Hold on. Sorry, I for some reason forgot to pull it up.
Why is my cat
I can open it right now.
stuff in here? That's the sound of death in my dice box.
Oh no, it's 8. My bad.
It's 8.
Yeah.
4. I got too many dice, guys. I've got too many dice.
It rolled the wrong one, but we'll go with it.
Which one? Let me see. Which one did it roll? What was your result? What was your result, Avery?
I rolled a whole 1.
Oh, whole 1. All right. And let's River rolled 2. All right. So you guys are looking around, but Rex, you're the one who catches it first. Sitting in the back at one of the tables, one of the larger tables, you recognize one of the individuals, of the 2 individuals sitting at that table. You see the gaunt form of Nyx from the sewers, seated beside a man, and at the table there are 6 beers, just in those big mugs. And Ian, would you like to describe what you look like?
Yeah, Ian is a tall, thin individual. He's currently wearing a black button-up shirt. The sleeves have been rolled up to the elbows. He's wearing a black vest on top of that, and a pair of slacks. He's kind of keeping his eyes on the door as the 3 of you make your way in.
I'll give him a downward nod and turn to my coterie mates and be like, I think that's him over there. That's Nyx with him.
Great. Okay.
I just give a nod as I start walking over. My right hand like clenched up, It's just clenched on my thigh, just as I continue walking forward.
Valerie, go ahead and give me a charisma and subterfuge roll.
Yeah, I'm not too bad at those. Wait, never mind. I'm gonna use can I rouse
You can blood surge.
blood surge? Yeah, blood surge.
While Valerie's doing that, Nyx is dressed a little bit differently than when you saw her in the sewer. She still wears the black face mask covering the lower half of her face, but there was some attempt for her hair to look somewhat presentable, as it looks like it was kind of brushed and then hastily thrown into a ponytail. Instead of the black hoodie, she's wearing a tank top and a oversized crocheted cardigan that kind of reveals just how gaunt she is, really, and lithe. Like, you can see every bone in her, like, the collarbone is very pronounced how it sticks out. And you can see that her hands are bony and still pale. Like, you can't even tell if she actually did blush or not. She looks emaciated at first glance.
My hunger increased, and I got a 5 success messy critical.
5 success, messy critical. All right. I would say that you are able to maintain your mask very well. However, your Ventru compulsion of air is going to come into play here. You suffer a 2 dice penalty to all rolls that don't involve you trying to get someone to do what you tell them to. Yeah.
It's just
You're-
like while mocking up, like my composure, like I stiffen up, I get to my full height as I'm like my turn from like a normal walk to a power strut at this point. That I walk forward with now this newfound confidence.
All right. As you approach, Nyx kind of picks up on a little bit of your of how you're proceeding, and she does kind of get up a little bit as you approach her and Ian, and kind of gives you a stare down.
I'm gonna try and just like match her eyes, just make sure like to show that I mean business here. Trying to look like back down. And I'll just give a nod and say, pleasure to meet you too.
You must be Valerie, yes?
That would be correct.
Why don't you have a seat? I've already made the effort to get drinks for us, if you're interested.
And just because
The beer here is actually very good.
Just because I forgot to mention it too, there are kine in this bar too. There is a bartender and there are a couple of patrons. It's not a busy night, but there still are a couple of individuals who are here after a hard day at work.
Not very private, is it?
Oh, no, it's a business. They have to do their work sometimes.
No, sure, okay. Avery just kind of sits down.
I will quietly sit down.
Nyx also silently sits down, but is keeping a hard eye on Valerie, which you can see that her eyes are clouded over, almost like cataracts, and she's got like the purple yellowing under eye thing going on. She looks sickly at first glance, but she refuses to remove her gaze from you.
All right. I shall also sit down while I look to River and I'll just say, you can keep an eye out. Or say keep an eye out. And
Are you telling him to keep an eye out, or are you asking him to keep an eye
I'm
out?
telling him to keep an eye out.
All right. He bows his head and goes to stand watch at the bar, maintaining a casual composure. And because he did do what he was told and a command you gave him, your compulsion fades away.
I appreciate the hospitality you've shown us, though, Ian. I personally do not drink, but I appreciate the gesture.
No worries. I'm Sebastian's associates, yes?
In a way,
Associates?
yes.
Yeah, something like that.
We're more focused on the general well-being of the Anarch movement, as opposed to being Sebastian's lackeys.
Well, I don't know that you'll find much of a movement here. A lot of Florida is fairly conservative, as it is. But
I'm well aware.
Yeah, you're not going to find a lot of liberals in this area. Well, you find a lot of liberals in this area, but down south is when it gets more conservative. And she's giving all of you a meaningful look, but specifically Avery, who said the word anarch and is glaring
didn't say
slightly.
anarch.
Who said anarch?
Val.
Val. She's glaring at Valerie, who said anarch.
there are those, I'm certain, who would love to fight the power, but unfortunately, you have to do that with votes. Votes don't get you very far.
I mean, there's other ways.
People in power have deep hands, after all. It makes it difficult to enact any meaningful change.
There are other ways, of course, but those other ways are often destructive. You see what riots do across this
I
country.
have no idea what you're talking about.
It's certain that you don't. I'm
There is
going
a bit like just like a smirk on Avery's face when she says that.
I'm going to guess then that you're Avery,
Yes, yes. I'm Avery. Hello.
and then that must mean you're Rex.
Yes, sir. Just to get the greeting out of the way. Yes, I'm Rex Elias Nosferatu. We are under the Baron de Leon.
Rex, Nyx will have kicked you under the table and given you a very disapproving look.
What? I just wanted to get things done. We're here to help the investigation. That's all that matters.
She
I thought I would be the one to say the things that we're not supposed to.
Yeah, she kind of gives Ian a look. They clearly don't understand subtlety. Of course, that doesn't surprise me when Sebastian was the one that picked them.
Well, he does have a certain flair for the dramatic.
Avery just like
When
I
it-
caution you when it comes to certain words in certain places. There are some ears that aren't necessarily need to hear them. But it is an interesting effect that you would be so open.
And a loud bar, loud place. It's your venue. Not to be rude, but I guess I've already broken that barrier, huh?
Technically, this is not my venue. Nothing in Palm Harbor belongs to me. I want to make that clear. I do have many properties that I own in the area, but as far as Palm Harbor goes, this is a shared place. This is a place where anyone can come, be themselves, and enjoy who they are.
I will be honest, I'm a little shocked that you wanted to have this meeting in a public area.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, wouldn't it be easier for us to speak in somewhere a little more private?
It certainly would. But then again, you're supposed to be investigators, and investigators are supposed to be able to deal with stealth and subterfuge and keeping things quiet. Yes?
That's indeed correct. We're under, I guess, the false idea of this being under your ownership, which we will make sure to rectify. One thing we're good at is cleaning up after mistakes.
That's good to know. I'm dealing with issues regarding mistakes now, anyway. But Sebastian has recommended all of you highly to me. He has put his faith and trust in you, which honestly does mean quite a bit. here to help you out in any way I can.
Well, then, if you don't mind, if do you think you have anybody that you think would be the person that's doing this? Anybody get excommunicated from the Anarchs, something like that?
Don't.
A little
you
elbow
just-
nudge.
At this point, like Avery also like elbows him.
I don't have any ideas who could be causing problems on the properties. But those properties that I do caretake have had several issues. Definitely
Is it-
trespassers.
Is it specifically the properties that you own that this stuff is happening on, or is it just all over the area?
No, and I've really yet to find a pattern. Individuals who do own those other properties have given me their complaints, but there doesn't seem to be much of a pattern except for water, honestly. Do
Yeah.
believe that whoever it is probably using water in one way or another.
We surmised that from our last investigation.
Would you be able to allow us to visit these properties, or at least give us a contact of the owners of these properties? We see if they happen to know anything, or do you happen to have all the information that they have acquired or gathered?
No, you're absolutely free to explore as necessary or investigate what you need to. As troubleshooters, I would expect you to shoot down the trouble that you find. You do know that there were several properties that were on the border that had issues. Pretty sure you know about those. Harvest Moon Drive, particularly. We did have another one happen in a park near here. The unfortunate man was well, whisked away for medical attention. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure that he survived it.
He
And-
didn't.
And then there was a one near a swing set or a playground somewhere, isn't that right, Nix?
Yes.
She
She goes.
Wexford Boulevard, was it?
She goes. She pulls out a Manila folder that she has ready to go for you all, and she. Hang on, let me pull up. She flips through a couple of pages and slides over the information of the one on Wexford Lias Boulevard. And it is there are photos, but it's like a police report. It's a full police report that they've acquired by whatever means that they have at their disposal.
I
Now,
think you'll find most of the details you need there.
if you were to look at the one that was slid over with the swing sets, you can see that there are crime scene photos that were provided. You see a young woman, looks to be barely into college age, and laying dead on some gravel by a swing set that seems to have been built in a densely shrubby and tree-filled area. And her body is very much as savaged as the previous murders that you've encountered.
Now, I was wondering if there was perhaps anything else that you could provide to us, like maybe individuals who may happen to know more, or somewhat maybe a mode of transportation for us if necessary. I know if it's not too much to ask, I just know that we are doing a general good for all. So any help that you could provide would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any transportation you might need, I could see to that for sure. But Palm Harbor is a bit different than other places that you may have been, other cities you might have visited. See, here everyone looks to take care of each other as much as possible, while also taking care of themselves. There are no titles. There is no heraldry. There's nothing to really distinguish us from one another. You, me, everyone. We are all the same here. I might even call us kindred.
I think I moved to the wrong barony.
I actually hear those kind of sentiments a bit. It's true that this city is different. I hope that it catches on over time, but it is difficult to build a place that is as welcoming as this one without having to ask a tremendous amount from those who help contribute to it. And that is what I would be asking of you, a tremendous amount. Not what Sebastian has said you would be willing to provide as well. The
I'm
favor
honestly,
that's... No, go ahead, please.
I'm honestly surprised that you seem to be so compliant. From what Sebastian told us, there was seemed to be some kind of rivalry or blame being thrown around.
I don't think Sebastian does anything without purpose. And until I know for certain, I'm not really certain what his purpose around this is.
Fair enough.
But you are not Sebastian, and I imagine that you will at least do me the good deed of being impartial, no matter what you find.
We sure try.
I have
It's
my
more important
own-
to us. Sorry.
No, go, please.
I think it's more important to us that we solve this and for the general good of all, as opposed to whatever motives one of us might have.
I have my suspicions about who or what it could be, but I don't want to cast aspersions without knowledge. I suspect that it would have something to do with a wolf here or there. Not the kind that you might have heard about used to live in this area, but the kind that often frequent the places we're in.
The kind that are more like us than the ones that can hang around during the day.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like movie monster wolves, right?
No,
No.
not at all. We are talking more ones who would consider themselves family.
Growls.
Ah, okay. I know quite a few of those.
You might want to start your investigation with some of them.
Well,
If you
not the
do.
ones here. But
That's unfortunate.
Is it?
I was suspicious of one of those when and I heard from my little doggy about what it turned into. So, well, I guess we can get to looking. If there's any more suspicions you may have, you can feel free to contact us. I'll provide on a bar napkin my phone number.
Ian will take out a small business card, has his name printed on it with a phone number. Slide it over. Anything that you use to contact that, let me remind you that it will be encrypted, at least on my side. So feel free to speak freely if you are in a safe place.
Yes, sir.
I have a
Valerie,
question. Yes.
yes, please, if you have a question.
I was going to ask if you happen to know if there were any locations where more of those types of the ones that you suspect would be any like specific spots in mind where Grells would congregate, or
Would definitely check the park. Several parks in the area.
The
Tend
swamps.
to tend to find those places homely. Swamps, of course. There's plenty of overgrown foliage that you'll find here in Florida. So
I've never seen a swamp before.
you've never taken a trip to the Everglades.
I have only been here for a few months, and I'm from the Midwest. Like, the most we have is corn.
Yeah, you absolutely should. It is one of the most impressive things that I've seen. At the same
Mm.
time,
There's
one
a
of
lot
the-
of species of creatures here that don't necessarily exist up north in the Midwest.
it'll definitely get you closer to nature. That's for sure. But that leads me into what I was going to tell you, Valerie. If you are headed anywhere further south, um, please do take care. Exceedingly great care. There is a doctor in the south. Her name is Eloise. I would recommend that you stay as far away from her as possible.
I appreciate the warning. I really do. It's just like hands like clenched up on the table now, just digging into their own hands. Just I appreciate the warning.
Manipulation.
understand.
No, charisma and subterfuge, Valerie. It's a difficulty of 5.
That was not a success. I want to willpower this. Why not? Willpower. Let's go. I got a 3.
What are you feeling right now? Really?
There is a sudden like surge of intense fear of knowing what this probably means, what this who this doctor probably represents. There's a fear that kind of springs up, and a like almost like a panic as they're trying. Valley's trying desperately to like keep this stone demeanor and hold back this coming fear, especially now with there's also a fear towards Ian as well with this how Ian seemingly knows this, and Valerie's like looking towards the door at this point, like wanting to get out and just be done with this meeting.
Avery and Rex, if you would like to go ahead and roll wits and insight, the difficulty is you have to beat a 3. But Ian, you can pick up on the fear. Let's see.
Valerie, my father told me something a long time ago. He told me to always know that I was where I belonged, regardless of where that was. And not to let anyone dictate where I belonged. I think for you, you need to learn that. You made a choice. You made the right choice. Don't ever let anyone tell you different.
It was the only choice, but I appreciate that. I think that is it for my questions. I think I will take my own ride if that is all right with you.
Do you really feel like it was your only choice?
As much, unfortunately, it's not the best place to talk about this, considering of where we are and our company. But
I
can
understand that Miami was a difficult place. But do you really feel it was the only choice that you had? I'm from Miami myself.
Can we be done with this discussion, please? I would rather not have to talk about this
I won't
now.
push. I'm sorry. It's obviously making you extremely uncomfortable. I apologize for pushing. Please forgive me.
What I can say, it was the only decision because everything else was pre-made, predetermined decision. The only decision was the one that I could make, the one that was in my own control. That's what I can say. And I think will wait outside right now with River. I
course.
appreciate your hospitality.
Of
River
course.
River has sensed the distress coming from his Dometer and is rushing over to kind of wrap an arm around her, kind of making himself look like the boyfriend in the situation and beginning to lead Valerie out. Avery and Rex, you are still seated at the table with Nyx and Ian. What are you doing? Let's go start with Avery.
Avery was just glancing between Valerie and Ian the whole time, like she couldn't pick up on how Valerie is feeling, but there was definitely tension there that she could. So she's just like, I don't know what's going on right now. So she just kind of looks over at Rex, like, what do we do?
Let's just get out of here. Thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Farrow.
course.
Sorry if I came off as rude.
It happens. And when meeting somebody new, especially members of your family, cut his eyes over to Nyx, tend to be a bit brusque.
I have yet to meet another one of my family.
Is that so?
Yeah.
What
Perhaps we
family are
should
you
remedy
part
that.
of? The Rebels?
Yeah, the rebels. But
Fair
don't
few.
don't. I don't know what that look meant, but I don't think I liked it.
I don't mind the Rebels. Lucian.
I was Lucian. That is a name that I have heard.
He's the main one around here. There are a few more down south.
I don't want to go down south.
You don't want to go down south. There's a guy that stands on the border between the shared space and the southern neighborhood.
Willing to give us some more info on that guy? Someone we know
course.
was not willing to tell us much. I say as I stand up, just because we should probably get leaving too. But
He's scary, even for me. And I don't scare easily. They call him Hush. And I try to stay up to date with what you kids are doing as much as possible, but
Kids.
he resembles something that that they're calling Slender Man?
Okay, big, tall, scary guy. Got it.
I still don't know what that is. She looks to Ian.
I'll have to
The
show you pictures sometime.
Oh, I don't
Like
need a
early-
picture. I've seen him. I don't
early
fuck with-
2000s, there's like creepypastas.
Mhm,
Slenderman
mhm.
kind of started it.
Listen, there are others in my family that deal with the internet and computers and all that. I prefer not.
hey, same.
Smart.
Rex,
Slenderman
next
is
time we
scary.
meet, I'll make sure that it's a bit more private, just for you.
I guess that'd be appreciated, but not necessary. Thank you again.
Who's your boss? Who's your And she leans forward. Mind disclosing who your dad is?
Um, you might know him as this fucking pestilent mite. His name is Snot.
I'll look him up.
He's not the nicest folk either, I
That's
guess.
okay. Neither am I.
Fair. I'll turn around and start walking out. Try to see if Valerie's still out there.
It was nice to meet you, Mr. Ian, sir.
Yes. Well, one last thing, Avery. When it comes to trying to make change, I think you'll find that filling your hands with tools and working with those is far better than filling your hands with weapons. Consider that.
I will keep that in mind, although I'm not quite sure what you mean. But yeah.
I will be seeing you.
Have a great night, Nix. It's nice to meet you. And Avery just like turns around and like hurries out, like all of a sudden, like super awkward being the only one left in there.
As you guys walk out, you don't see this next part, but Nyx turns her head to Ian. What do you think?
They're a mess, but they're what Sebastian came up with.
And you honestly trust him to get this job done cleanly?
No, but I trust them to expose him if he happens to be the one behind it.
We can only hope. You guys step outside into the cool night, and right here is where we're going to take our break. Go ahead and stretch your legs, hydrate, use the bathroom, eat your food. As I see Rex sneakily trying to do it and failing. Thank you so much, Kyrie, for joining us. And
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
of course, we love having our glorious webmaster present. Everyone, take a break, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Yes, and it was great meeting you all.
Yeah.
I gotta run.
Yeah.
'Cause I gotta go be somebody different.
See you in 5 minutes,
All right.
everyone.
It was really awesome
Bye.
having you.
It was great
Thank
talking
you.
to y'all.
Bye.
It takes my breath away.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, the coterie had just walked out of the Stilt House Brewery and have followed Valerie into the parking lot. Valerie, in your time outside before the rest of the coterie comes out, what is going on? How are you processing right now?
I feel like this is taking the form of a rant to River about how bullshit this is. About like
Yeah, no,
just
let's
sitting
hear
there
it. Let's
talking
hear
about.
the rant. Let's hear the
Yeah,
rant.
I feel like it's just like Valerie in the parking lot. Like, do you hear all that bullshit that he was spouting about equal terms and shit here? He probably planned that shit to drop all that information to let them know about what was going through, what we're going through, in order to just fuck. God damn it. Fuck, I knew we shouldn't have come here. I knew all this was gonna be was just them spouting out what they knew about us, not giving us any good information about our own investigation, and spouting bullshit about equality. There's no equality among kindred. You know that.
River is hasn't seen you act like this in a while. It's been a while since you've last acted like this, so he's a little caught off guard, but he just nods to everything you're saying before he puts a hand on your shoulder. Ma'am, composure.
It's like a moment, just like, God, I'm just so aggravating, especially I knew exactly what was going to happen, and exactly what I expected to happen did happen,
Valerie,
and had the audacity to
Valerie,
go on. Sorry.
it's over. It's done. You don't have to talk to him ever again if you don't want to. He can't cross into De Leon's space. You're good. It's done.
It is, at least in that regard, yes. However, the unfortunate aspect is that the other two now at least have an inkling, knowing what the hell is going on, which I didn't want to have to get through until absolutely necessary. But I guess we'll have to deal with that now. As much as tempting it would be to just use my ability, I don't want to do that on coterie members.
Of course. Looks like they're coming on out now, though, so get it together.
I appreciate it, River. Okay.
All right. And he goes back to his more formal composure and stands beside Valerie as Avery and Rex walk out.
It just turns over, just, oh, anything I missed from Ian?
Cryptic stuff.
Rex will start lighting a cigarette, just even if it's not much, it's something. Yeah, just some bullshit. Probably gonna get talking to by my sire at some point. She knows too much. She'll try to know a lot about all of us. It's not even the bear I'm worried about. It's her.
Anyways, are we good to go? Oh, you good?
Yes, I'm fine. I just wish that they gave us more information to work off of. I figured they might have at least a little bit more, but that's why we're here.
River pulls out the manila folder that he grabbed right before you guys that he escorted you out, Valerie. I mean, we do have some leads right here, ma'am. And he holds it out to Valerie.
All right, you all want to take a look at this together. I know you might catch something and I might not.
I'm not that observant, but sure.
All right. So, where are you having a look at this stuff? Are you going to go somewhere to look it over, or are you?
Do you have a location in mind? We could possibly meet up by one of the parks they recommended, or the swamp, I suppose. I really wish
Let's
that
start with a part.
that's probably for the best, considering that I'm in heels. I didn't
Yeah.
really expect us to go to a swamp tonight.
All right. So there are two parts. So there were the manila folder contains 5 addresses, 3 of them being by the border of the Tarpon Springs barony and Pretty Harvest Moon Drive. And all 3 murders took place in homes. like outside of the homes, obviously, but it took place in a residential area. But you do have the other two murders. Were one was in Pop Stansel Park, south of where you guys. No wait, yes, maybe it's like about a 10-minute drive away from you, and then the other is at 920 Wexford Liège Boulevard. And it's not necessarily a park. All it is a swing set, but it is a little area by a residential neighborhood.
You think one of these might have more to give off? I doubt we'll find anything after so long, but
Either way, it's going to be more private than a bar's parking lot. So
I'm thinking swing set.
yeah,
let's do it.
didn't take you for the type, but let's go. I guess this is Florida.
It's a good place to. Well, but that's enough for that.
Valerie, it's a swinger joke.
Well,
Oh man,
I was work hard.
I was talking about dealing, but okay, whatever.
All right.
I see we have very different senses of humor.
Now, are you all in the same car, or did you all drive separately?
Did we make River bring all of us down here?
If Valerie would have allowed you all in her vehicle, River would have driven you all.
Right. I know that Val did say that they wanted to leave separately.
I meant because I asked for transportation, and now that I don't quite like them anymore, so we're not doing that. So I assume that Valerie at this point would let everyone ride with her. I mean, it's more efficient anyway, so
Okay.
you don't have any sort of accidents or anyone getting caught out. So
All right, we can ride it together then.
All right. So you all get in the car, and it's going to be about a 10-minute drive to 920 Wexford Liège Boulevard. Are you guys going to converse in the car on your way there?
Yes. Avery is going to be like, so I've been kind of, looking around the area that we were given. Boat storage is pretty busy in the middle of the night.
in our domain.
Yes.
We could try getting something, but I'd have to see about who we can even contact.
I might have someone I can ask about that, about the boat storage. I've gotten a contact in the area. I don't know how much they'll actually know, but I would have to wait to get in contact with them.
I just thought it was interesting that, it's dark out and they're busy.
That is fair. So it's more of a suspicion thing.
Well, listen, again, like, the biggest lake I've ever seen is Lake McConaughey in frickin' Ogallala, Nebraska. So, like, the ocean's a bit bigger than that. And so I'm not quite sure how boat storage stuff works.
So go ahead and Rex and Valerie give me a Wits and Streetwise.
Can River also make one?
What's his pool?
Wits and Streetwise. I'll let these. That is a 7. Thank God for River for having way better wits than me.
River don't know shit. River got 1 success.
Can I just not roll? Cause if I roll, I'm just rolling with 200 dice.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to roll.
I think I don't want to do
you
that.
don't have to roll. If you choose to roll, you can roll Wits and Streetwise. All right.
Only 1 success from
1
me.
success. Okay. You with 1 success, Rex, you know a little bit about boats, being a Florida native. You know, boat storage is generally where people store their boats when they're not being used. And generally, it's not very busy. Now, you don't know your area very well, but no, but it is a little iffy on why a boat storage facility would be active at night, since literally it's like one of those like storage warehouses where people put like can rent a storage room for their stuff. They're not very busy. It's a place where a boat can get dropped off and then picked up when it's needed.
Okay. Yeah, maybe at some point we can check it out when we're back at the Haven place, whatever.
Okay, I just wanted to bring it up while we were, you know, just us, since it's our place.
Yeah.
True.
I also have a little bit of information to share about, or I guess more of a request that if any of you happen to get in contact with Hecata, please let me know, because currently we have a weird haunted music box in our haven that came from the previous owners, who I haven't got a chance to look into yet. I was looking into it, not too much like noteworthy about it so far. It seemed to be playing music that kind of correlates to what the person thinking about, kind of what they're fearing. I want to just make sure that our haven itself is not being inhabited by a dangerous spirit. So if you come across
Wait,
Hecata, let us know. Let me know.
are we
I
freaking, are we talking about like the necromancer people?
yeah. I happen to know one tangentially, but I highly doubt she'd give a shit about me enough to actually check it out. Besides, she's cross state.
That would be an issue then. But I'm just letting you know in case in your own times you come across one, to at least send them my way, or at least give me their contact, or ask them yourself. It is something that would probably be in the best interest for everyone.
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind.
Wait, are we like trying to see if there's ghosts in the place, or?
Oh, there's definitely a spirit. I have a moderate amount of education in the occult, and from all my knowledge and from the research I've done even further, I can very distinctly tell this is some work of some sort of spirit.
I am totally bringing my frickin' EMF reader and my ghost box thing, and I'm just bringing all my stuff over. We're gonna go ghost hunting. This is gonna be so much fun.
Does that shit even work?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I have are nights now. Okay, so I had to do something.
You can just pick up a hobby. I mean,
That was my hobby.
how often did you just go ghost hunting?
Do you know how many abandoned buildings there are in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska?
I didn't imagine there were many buildings at all.
There's quite a few, actually, like abandoned farmhouses. Anyways, not the point. Are we just trying to like figure out if this thing's cursed? Are are the scary ones the only ones that we can talk to about that, or can we bring in like a, I don't know, like a
That would be
Malkavian?
the best source of information. I mean, the most reliable one.
Go ahead and actually, River will be the one to speak up. Actually, ma'am, you could potentially, if you know any, or if any of them know any, Clan Tremere is occasionally well adept at communicating with spirits, or you see him pause and take a breath. Individuals from Clan Toreador are also gifted in seeing things that often aren't seen, as well as Clan Malkavian.
I want to meet a Malk.
We're not going to enlist the help of a Tremere. That's all I will say. We don't need to do that. However, a Toreador or a Malkavian could work. I was hoping to enlist the help of a, Hecata. That would be the most useful. I mean, most knowledgeable about this. So why go to a second-hand expert when you can just go to the person who knows the most?
Because they might fucking kill us. These fuckers.
I mean, again.
I could try to see if there are any Toreador or Malkavian contacts within the city.
Oh, can I be there if it's a Malkavian? I really want to be one.
What is with you wanting to be a Malkavian? Like,
All I have known is Ingrels and my sire. Okay? And maybe I don't know. There was one that I have no idea where they were from, but they were kind of interesting. But all I'm saying is when you live in the Midwest where there's a lot of open land, you're gonna meet the ones that like to run around as animals. So being somewhere where there's more of a selection of us is really exciting for me.
Ma'am,
you should be more aware of the dangers of meeting more of us, but sure.
Miss
What were you saying, River?
Miss Wright, just keep in mind that Clan Malkavian is a dangerous one. And he looks at Valerie as if asking for permission to clarify on certain events from Miami involving their Malkavian Baron.
I'll give a nod.
Where we initially came from before we got here, when we were with Mr. De Leon down south, the new Baron of Miami became Baron after seceding from the Camarilla, and then he proceeded to shoot the Primogen Council in the heads.
Based.
Love it. What's a primogen?
What base? What is that?
I think
Based
it's
on what?
slang.
Oh, God. See,
Pathetic.
okay, it's not my fault. I was raised in a Christian school. Okay, we didn't really have good internet access where I was in a private Christian school. Everything was restricted.
Okay, but how long have you been out of high school?
Well, do you think I have time just to go on the internet all day?
Not all day, no.
Whatever.
To answer your
I think
question,
we're almost there.
Yeah, to answer your question, Miss Wright, a Primogen is the head of a respected clan in a Camarilla domain. Each
Okay.
clan is represented by their Primogen, and they are led accordingly to the rules of that Primogen.
Like, I'm just learning about both of those. Like yeah. Both Anarchs and Camarilla, but Camarilla sound like a bunch of fascists. Bunch of old people trying to tell other people what to do.
Definitely more conservative than those of us within the movement, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. See. Anyways, I'm sorry that I got so excited, but like, I mean, you guys lived in cities? Like,
No, it's more
wasn't-
just understanding the knowledge that we are a dangerous species, and to always, to at least mix your excitement with apprehension, with caution, because you never know who's willing to put a stake in your heart for whatever reason.
As Valerie says that, River pulls the car over along the sidewalk of a residential neighborhood. You can see that where this park is, it's like at one of those T intersections of a residential neighborhood. You can see that there are cars across the street, and houses across the street that are some are lit, some are dark. It varies from house to house. There are people that are still awake at this time of night, which I would say it's about 9 p.m. And there are some houses that look like they're starting to wind down for the evening. But the park itself, you can see that it can't really be called a park. It's a big expanse of grass with a lot of thick, dense trees in the background. But give me a wits and awareness, all of you.
River,
Yes,
carry me.
Yes, River can carry you.
it's actually one of my better roles.
River will never let you down until he lets you down, which he's done twice today.
Yeah, let's say it. It already happened.
He got 4 successes.
I got that too. 2
Okay,
successes.
2 successes. There's the roller.
I got 3.
2 as well.
All right. Okay. It's not a hard roll. As you guys emerge from the vehicle, you can smell the air and you can smell water. And you can hear water. But the scene is yours.
Do we know where the water's coming from?
It sounds like it's from behind the trees.
I assume our best place to search for anything would be by the water, and hey, might as well sit by the water and read the notes that we've gotten.
Maybe
Yeah.
not directly by the water. In case someone comes back. That's a perfect ambush.
We can
I'll
sit on a swing
I'll
set.
sit on the swing set.
Let's sit on the swing set.
All right.
How many swings is on the swing set?
There's
Kathy?
2 swing sets.
Well, there you go.
Barely
We'll
a
sit
swing
and
set, got
swing,
it.
and you can read it to us, Valerie.
Sure, I suppose. I'm glad that you two are able to relax on the job.
I'm just sitting. I'm not swinging.
I'm swinging.
All right. So you guys go to the swing set, and the first thing that you all immediately notice as you walk away from the sidewalk towards this swing set, it's dark. It is very dark. You can barely see past the trees. The one street light nearby is at least 20 feet behind you. And the only illumination around the swing set itself are just like those little, like, you know, those glow lights that they put in playgrounds that are on the ground built into the gravel? Those. That's the only light, and they are barely illuminating the swings.
I'm gonna just pull out my phone and turn on my flashlight.
You pull out your flashlight and start looking over the police report for the murder of this location. The body belonged to a woman named Stacy Samuels. She was 18 when she died, and it happened about 2 months ago. And you can see in the photos that Stacy was found dead on the gravel, her neck slightly twisted, with obvious tearing of her throat. And you can see one leg completely at an awkward angle, signifying that it was broken. But the thing that you notice most of all in the photos, and she's wearing when this happened, it was clearly summer because she's wearing tank top and shorts and some Uggs on her feet. But you can see the telltale signs that of bruising around the arm in the photos that you noticed on the body over at the morgue.
It seems that they have maybe it's just a coincidence, but maybe they have something focusing on the arm, or at the very least, likes to attack via grabbing the arm.
Very easy grab point.
Not too much to tell from here, but what I'm wondering is that there's not really bushes around, right?
Oh, there's bushes. It's
Oh yeah, big trees.
They're big trees. They are hanging over almost. They've got like, I don't know what they're called, but like I like, they're like vines, but they're not vines. It's a specific Florida tree, and I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. That's just me being a bad Florida native. It's similar to mangroves, but they grow on land, and willow trees kind of. It's not a willow tree.
Yopon.
It's probably a Yopon tree. Thank you. But there's a few of them.
Fuck Yopon.
There's several of them, and there's some palm trees as well, but it's mostly lush, full trees. Though they are starting to get a little bit more sparse with the colder weather.
I'm just wondering if that normal. It seems in our, at least the first case, they had to hide in a bush at the very least, or to ambush. So I was trying to see if there was an obvious like ambush spot by the walkway here, but it seems just the spot in general is a great ambush position considering the darkness and the trees.
And it's next to the water here. It's all set up.
Well, I guess we can take a look by the water. Maybe we can see if there's a sewer exit somewhere nearby. It would be able to help to narrow down if they're going into the sewers, or at least if they're going out into the water to somewhere else.
All right. If you're going to be investigating the area, what was that, Rex?
What was the address for this one again?
It's 920 Wexford Leas Boulevard. And Leas is spelled Leas. Are you Google mapping it?
No, I'm just putting down.
Oh, okay.
The for the notes. I think I spelled that wrong, but it's okay. We'll figure it out later.
It's fine. Because I'm Google mapping. I Google map all of these sessions.
I would, but yeah.
All right. So if you're going to be looking around for go ahead and give me. Go ahead.
I was about to say, like, do we have an exact date on this?
Yes. The date was. Hang on, let me reference my notes. August 27th.
That's some time.
Okay. Looks like from my notes here, this is just a bit after the Body and Craig Park, which is some of the earliest of the ones that we have. So this was very early.
Unlikely we'll find anything of actual note, but I think it'd still be important to see if we can find a sewer exit. It'd be really useful to narrow down where they're escaping to, or at least if there is a common theme amongst the waters.
Well, he didn't fuck him up as much as he did recently. So I definitely think this is the older of all of them.
Okay.
Maybe about when they started.
Yeah, I mean, the newest one, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was torn up, but not bad as this one. Leg broken, everything snapped like that.
I don't know. I kind of consider being dug into worse than just having your leg massively broken. But
They're dug in as well. I mean,
anyway, yeah, let's check this out.
All right, go ahead and give me a wits and investigation as you look around.
so sad that River has the exact same dice pool that I have just by having high wits.
He can give you a dot in assistance. Does he have investigation?
No,
Okay, never mind, he can't.
he's really good at wits. Hey, 2 successes? I mean, I'll take it.
2 successes. And what did you get? What did the rest of you get?
Just one.
1?
I got 1 success, but I had a critical failure on a
Bestial
on a
failure.
blood dice. Yeah.
Okay. So for your bestial, to deal with your bestial failure, I'm gonna say you get 1 point hungrier.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're as you're wandering around, you're kind of just a little. You're starting to feel that pit in your stomach, how hungry it is, and you're becoming more aware of it, and you realize you're hungrier. You're getting hungrier, and you probably need to eat at some point very soon. Let's see.
I think I'm gonna go clubbing tonight, guys.
For 2 successes. 2 successes. Easy enough. You start to deduce that if there is a sewer entrance, it's probably going to be closer to the street where you guys parked. And thanks to the help from the street light, you can determine that there is a drainage. There's a water drainage area built next to the sidewalk into the grass. And there is also a sewer grate right next to the street light. A manhole cover, basically.
I guess I'll if you guys are willing, I guess I'll open up the sewer just to like look around in the initial place if it's got enough to fit me in.
Yeah, it's large enough to fit someone in there. It's a Florida sewer grate. If someone wanted to, they like the one that's built into the sidewalk. If someone wanted to, these are built for like hurricane flooding, so they are large. They are large. If like dogs get stuck in them frequently in Florida. All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me a dex and we're gonna call this athletics to see how well you can maneuver in there. Because it is a tight squeeze.
Could I somehow help?
Do you have athletics?
I have one. I have 1 dot.
Okay. Yeah, if you have it, if you or Avery have dots in athletics, you can offer the assist, and give them
I mean,
and give Rex 2 dice.
I could just push him in.
I think we want Rex to not get dropped into the sewer.
So that's going to be 2 successes, 1 critical.
Athletics, right? Because I could also give you a dice.
2 success.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
Wait, hang on. So wait, Avery, were you offering the help action, or were you going to try to do it yourself?
No, I was offering the help action.
Okay. So did you roll with 2 extra dice?
Oh, I just rolled with 1 extra, but I can roll another one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another one. Okay, so 2
Okay,
successes.
so yeah, just 2 successes.
It's difficult. This is not it's a tight squeeze, but you are able to kind of maneuver your way into so that like the top third of your body is inside the drainage, the water drainage area. And you're looking around and go ahead and give me it's you know what? It's really dark, so it's hard to see pretty much
I'll
what's
throw
in front
up
of
a light
from your phone?
with my phone. Yeah.
Okay. All right. With the flashlight, you're looking around, and right away you do see something. You see that there are claw marks in the cement.
I'm going to take a picture of that with my phone.
Okay. You take a photo. The light, there's no flash because the light of your phone is on. Avery and Valerie, go ahead and give me a wits and awareness. And yes, I will roll for River.
yay!
Okay, River did better on that.
Two successes with a bestial failure on that.
You're gonna take a point of hunger.
I might need to get some snacks after this.
Can I double and give it to the next
Success.
person?
2 successes. All right. Valerie and Avery, you are more focused on keeping an eye on Rex and making sure that he doesn't fully fall in. Like Avery, you're offering some assistance by holding onto the back of his hoodie a little bit so he doesn't slip in by accident. But Valerie, you hear when River suddenly clears his throat and alerts you that someone is approaching.
I'm going to immediately just like look over. Just I'm gonna like, give an little elbow to Avery and just kind of like, all right, get him up, and I'm gonna turn around to meet whoever's coming.
Yeah. Avery just, without warning, just pulls him out of the train.
You see a man, a middle-aged man. He has gray, like salt and pepper graying hair. Kind of like, and behind him you can see that there is a house across the street where the door is open, and he is walking over towards you all from his lawn. He is wearing a shirt and sweatpants and some house slippers to kind of indicate he had just come from inside that house and is wandering over to you all. Excuse me, can I help? Are you guys all right?
Yeah, nope. You don't need any help. We're just checking out something.
Did something fall in the sewer? That happens sometimes. I have to fish things out for the for my kids every now and then. And kid every now and then.
Am I close enough to hear that?
Yes.
I got it. I got it. Just shout it out loud.
Yep. See, we already got it. So I was honestly kind of worried. I was gonna think about calling someone, but
Yeah.
all worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped my keys.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that to happen, especially around here. Yeah, there was a, I don't know, there was like, yeah. Just,
There was a
he just gestures to the playground. There was a death in the playground. They haven't caught the guy who did it yet.
Could you tell us something about that? I mean, kind of heard stories, but
Yeah, my daughter was out on the swings a little late, and I went to find her because she hadn't come in for dinner yet, and found her in the gravel.
and they sure it was a person and not an animal attack?
The investigators say it was an animal attack, but I clearly saw my daughter. She did not die from an animal. Someone killed her, and you see him getting a little worked up.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for asking questions. It's just we've been hearing about it. We're kind of looking into the murders.
So you're with the police department too?
Nope, just some random bystanders.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a I guess, like personal look into. It's our hobby, honestly. It's just we don't have much to do, so too much time's on our hand, and we
Right.
honestly care a lot about the community and making sure that anything that does happen is properly looked into.
Hobby is a very bad term. Basically, at least I don't have much faith in the police, so I kind of like to try to solve these myself with them.
Go
We look
ahead.
into cold cases because they suck.
Go ahead. Someone, give me, one of you has to give me a manipulation and subterfuge roll.
I have 4. If anyone can beat that,
I
I'm
have
also
4.
4.
I guess just
can
who
we
has
just
the
both
least
help
amount of
Avery?
hunger? Who has the least amount of? No, you know what? I'll just do it, 'cause I'm the one that's
I
talking.
think it's yeah, so go ahead, Avery, and you can take 2 additional dice because Valerie and Rex both have subterfuge, and they are kind of helping you out.
I'm gonna have to wipe his memory. God damn it! Oh no!
I'm gonna spend the willpower.
She's about to bane him.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat him.
I will break you. No, please.
Okay, so to re-roll the failures,
Right.
you gotta hit re-roll failures on the dice spot. No, you rolled a different thing entirely. Okay. So
I thought you couldn't reroll those.
you can re-roll the regular dice. You just can't re-roll blood dice. All right.
Yeah.
Avery, why don't you go ahead and tell the stream what you got?
We talking about
The one that first roll, because you re-rolled the failures. You spent the willpower.
Yeah, a 4, a 2, a 10.
So you got a bestial failure. He rolled 2 successes. You see him look over all of you and narrow his eyes a little bit. One of you in a suit, another one in a hoodie, and another one just dressed very casually for the evening, and whatever River's wearing, which he's Valerie's ghoul, so I assume he is also very well dressed. He looks at the 3 of you No, you know what? I'm gonna call the cops. I don't like this. I don't think that you guys are supposed to be here. And he starts turning around, and Avery, you feel that anger of your clan compulsion. That anger and that need to rebel. And you see that this guy doesn't believe you. You're getting so angry that it increases your hunger. And you feel that gnawing. You hear that voice in the back of your head. This fucker doesn't need to be in our business. He doesn't need to fucking be here. Fucking get rid of him. Fucking put your teeth into his throat right now. Drain him dry. Do it. Do it. Fucking do it. What are you doing?
So like, okay, so everyone else, the other two here, like Avery's not even like trying to hide. Like you could see, like she's just all of a sudden like angry, like her fists ball up, and it is very obvious, like she's losing control here. And she does start just like taking after the guy, and she's like, "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
Does anyone try to stop Valerie?
You mean Avery?
Does anyone try to stop Avery? Your names are similar sounding in my head. All right, does anyone try to stop Avery? No?
I have no, I'm good. They're doing their thing.
I'm gonna watch out in case she goes too far, and I might pull her back then. But I'm not gonna stop it necessarily.
I got one strength. I ain't doing shit.
Avery, you watch the man turn around to look at you, raising his fists because he's on the defensive. What are you doing?
I'm gonna laugh in his face and literally, like, no, I will just deck him in the face.
Go ahead.
I'm angry.
Go ahead and give me a strength and brawl. Are you adding your potence to this?
Yes. That's
It's like-
a so when you add potence, it goes to the roll itself, or is it the
So,
damage?
which potence ability do you have again?
Prowess?
You have prowess. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Prowess. So, go ahead. Ooh, go ahead and give me another. If you're doing prowess, go ahead and give me another. Are you doing lethal?
I don't have lethal body,
You
so
don't have
maybe I won't add my potence. I'm just
Okay.
gonna punch the dude in the face.
Okay.
I'm not getting another. I'm at 4 hunger. I'm not doing another rouse check. Are you
Okay. So
kidding me?
go ahead and give me a strength and brawl. I like the physical book because the PDF makes me angry.
Oh my god. No.
Done. No. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend another willpower.
You want her to hit him harder?
That's two bestial failures in there.
That is.
God.
Okay.
This dude's dead, guys. I'm sorry. Nah, I won't roll again.
You're not gonna. Okay.
He needs some
You.
milk.
All right. Let me real quick. This is a. Surprisingly, he rolled 2 successes. This man, you watch, he was ready for you. You see him raise his hands to kind of block your fist, and you feel your anger at those 2 bestial failures. You feel your anger increasing, and you are going to frenzy.
This dude's dead, guys. I'm sorry.
So go ahead and give me a strength and brawl, and you are going to try to eat him.
I'm like just side glancing, like Rex this whole time, like, just kind of like, do we get involved in this? Like,
I think we should. I really think we should try to stop her at this
So,
point.
is my hunger at 5 now?
No, you're still at 4 hunger, but you are your next action is holy shit.
I'm done.
Okay.
This dude's dead, guys. I'm sorry.
He failed.
I'm glad I'm not.
You-
Oh,
You grab this man by the throat and lift him with your strength into the air. You can feel him struggling to breathe and gripping desperately at your hand, at your wrist with both hands, trying to relieve some of the pressure. And your fangs elongate. And you sink your teeth into his like right here, into the collarbone area, into his shoulder, and you begin to feed. Avery, go ahead and roll me your unspent willpower and a third of your humanity to see if you can resist yourself from draining him dry.
So, I'm assuming third rounded down.
So you don't include any. It's a third of your humanity rounded out. So what humanity are you at?
7.
7. So
That would
you roll
be
2 dice
2.
plus your unspent willpower. You do not have to add hunger dice to this.
Is there a special way to roll this, or am I just rolling?
Just
dice?
roll and then just do the pool. You don't have to add hunger to this.
just a quick question.
Yes.
Could I have River step in here to, yank her off?
Okay. You do not cave into. Actually, wait. You're frenzying. You have to sacrifice 2 dice from that.
That'd be 2 successes instead, or unless
yeah,
you
I'll
use the
just take
first, right?
2,
Wait, hang on.
sacrifice the
Bruja.
2.
For the Bruja, it's.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's
right,
it's a rage frenzy. Is
It's
this
a rage frenzy.
or is it-
Yeah. You're
Okay, yep,
basically
then-
trying to stop yourself from completely draining him dry.
So yeah, I guess
take
drop
off
the
those.
8 and the 7.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 2 successes. Okay. So you said you're going to try to have River intervene. How is River intervening?
Yanking her off at this point. He's pretty strong. He got
What's his
this. I
dice?
believe in him.
What's his dice pool?
He's got I assume it's athletics and strength.
Yes.
5.
No, strength and brawl. My bad.
Oh, that's 4.
4. Okay. Avery. Go at. Ooh. Okay. Go ahead and give me a stamina and. I want to say it's going to be a athletics to see if you can shake River off, because River is approaching.
Is this -2 die? No, that's just to my trying to just
Resist frenzy. And to resist your rage.
Stamina and athletics.
Athletics, yes. And Rex, what are you doing in this moment?
Contemplating helping, but I'm not a strong person. I don't know if I'd be able to stop.
Do you have any
Avery at all.
dots? Do you have any dots in athletics?
I have a single dot. Yes.
Okay. All right.
If Rex, or not Rex, he has willpower, right?
So yeah, he rolled. River actually rolled very well. He has 5 successes. So. Okay.
Who needs me when you have a good ghoul?
Here's what happens.
I'm still frenzying, dude.
She is still frenzying. So, she was not able to resist the willpower. She was not able to overcome the urge to drain this man dry and is still frenzying. So, River does manage, however, he approaches you with Rex beside him, and the two of them, Rex, you and River together grab at Avery, and you see River, unfortunately, is going to grab Avery by her hair and try to yank her back, and is putting his arm around her throat to try to, like, bar her. But, Avery, you are still very much wanting to drain this man dry. You were not able to resist resist the frenzying. You can spend a willpower. So, first of all, take 1 hunger away because you did get 1 hunger from him. You are now being held back. You can spend a willpower to hold the frenzy at bay, or you can fight them and continue to drink from this man. Keep in mind, Valerie and Rex, the only way to stop a frenzying kindred is to, they either need to kill someone or you need to stake them.
If I spend a willpower, I have to roll again, right? With 1 less die?
Correct.
Well, technically 3.
You got a piece of wood, Rex? You got
No,
something to stake?
I'm about to back off. Actually, I think I'm just gonna let her do it.
Ma'am? What am I
I
doing?
will spend another, however, that puts me. I have to roll a 3, right? It's a 3 success type thing.
So it's you spend a willpower to hold back the frenzy for a single turn. You can spend a willpower to hold back the frenzy for a single turn, but the following turn you will fall back. So you have exactly 1 turn to either release the man and tell your associates, your coterie, what you want done, or you can shove them off. You can do, like, basically you're regaining your mental faculties for a single round when you spend the willpower.
Okay. So, I, the player, this is my thought process here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This guy has seen way too much, and at this point, he's well aware. So, the whole Jedi mind trick thing would actually have to be a roll, which could be a failure. On the other hand, if I kill him, he's no longer a problem. Just saying.
Regardless of what happens here, there will be consequences.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Avery?
I will go ahead and spend a willpower to just kind of try to hold back real quick. I'm just gonna tell him, like, get him away from me.
Okay.
Somebody stake me.
Valerie, what is River doing? He is looking to you for guidance. You're muted.
Sorry, I just forgot the push talk exists. I don't even think we have anything to stake, do we? Like,
I
closest
will
thing that I got is a
say-
knife.
I will say that River probably has a stake on him. He is an
Hey,
efficient
epic.
ghoul.
Do the thing. I'll tell him, stake her, and then I'm gonna try and get the guy's attention and, like,
Okay.
get him to look at me.
All right. So River. So here's the thing. River will have to roll 5 successes to be able to stake Avery. And Avery, are you not defending yourself to resist the stake?
If it's the same round, then no.
Okay.
Can I offer to help him?
Yes. So
Just
that'll
hold him
give-
back or something.
Yeah,
I
that'll.
assume this is melee now, because
This is a.
Okay.
This is a. Yes, this is a strength and melee.
But it's
yeah,
also
that'll be a
one
6
shot,
dice
so-
pool.
Okay, 6 dice pool. That's what I rolled. And you're offering him the help action.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep her still.
Now, okay. Valerie, does he spend willpower?
In this moment, yes, it would be very important that he spends willpower to stop this when we have the chance.
All right. And now what are you trying to do to the? You're trying to make him forget? Are you using?
Yeah, I'm trying to make him forget. Just like, just trying to keep his attention. Because I know. Because I know if I tell him to forget now, he'll still see what's about to happen. So what I'm going to do is, can I try and mesmerize him? And I want to tell him, get in and I'll describe my car. Like, get in my car.
Go ahead and use. Give me a rouse check first of all.
I'm sure this will end good. Oh, let's go.
So go ahead and do your roll for mesmerize, which I believe is manipulation, and your dominate.
Yes. This is the making of a hunter story, guys. For making a hunter. Four successes.
4 successes. The difficulty was 4. You manage to get his attention, and he is now once again struggling to get out of her grasp in order to go towards the car. River, and as he's struggling, River, with, and I'm not even kidding, with 9 successes with a crit, pulls a stake. He releases he stops banding his arm around Avery's collarbone. You see him he's still gripping Avery's hair though, and you see him reach into his jacket pocket, the inner one, pull a stake out, and with an impressive amount of strength that you've ever seen in Immortal, drives the stake into Avery's back and pierces her heart. Avery, you feel the paralysis overcome you as your body goes stiff. And you release the man, your arms fall to your side, and you begin to fall back, River catching you in his arms and holding you basically close and looking to Valerie for more instruction.
Throw her in the trunk. I'll make sure to handle this individual, maybe this guy. I'll make him forget everything.
Yeah.
God damn it. Of course they do this.
The man is now walking towards the car because he is immediately acting out the order he received, and River picks Avery up in a bridal carry and starts moving her towards the car, popping the trunk with the little thing.
Yeah.
Pops the trunk and tosses without any decorum, no care for her comfort. He just tosses her in the trunk and shuts it very quickly. Rex, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm just aghast at everything that's happening right now, and I just... Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and... Okay, so now, Valerie, you're approaching the man, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make you forget everything. This is just a dream. Don't worry about it.
So you're using you're using cloud memory?
Cloud memory would encompass all of this, right? And like kind of make everything.
This has been way less than 10 minutes. It's been honestly more like 5.
So I'm just gonna use cloud memory.
So before you use cloud memory, and this is me being a nice ST, he still has fang marks in his neck.
Oh yeah, as somebody probably would notice that I'm getting up to him to like look him in the eye, then I'm like, oh shit, and I'm gonna go and try like while he then to let Hayes to walk to the car, just lick the wound,
and
then
he's dropped his guard because he is still carrying out his order. You see him blink and start coughing violently, not really looking where he's going, and puts a hand on the hood of his car and starts grabbing at his very bruised throat. And
I mentioned just like, are you okay? What's going on? Are you all right? Do you need an ambulance? Are you okay?
What happened? He is struggling to breathe.
I just came across you. Like I just came across you coughing and holding your neck. Are you having like a stroke or something? I can call. Do you need me to call someone?
Rex, give me a wits and awareness if you're still standing in the street.
Sure, yeah.
5 successes.
You are
Oh my God.
able to hear the door of the house creak open a little bit more. Honey? And you turn around and you see a woman standing at the doorway.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't want to.
just try to like get out of view, and like just stare daggers at Valerie. Like, we need to get the fuck out of here, bro.
What happened? He's struggling. He is having a hard time breathing. He can barely speak with how hurt his. I don't know what happened. What happened?
Oh God, I'm gonna. Did I notice the door now? Or I guess I don't know.
Rex
'cause
has pointed it out. Rex has pointed it out.
Okay, so I know I can't just leave this now. Fuck. Ah. God.
Man, what
Actually,
should I
fuck.
do?
I just kind of like just like just get in the car. Hey, I think I saw like a couple. I think you were getting robbed or something. I saw a couple of thugs running by, and I'm like staring him in the eye. Then I'm not gonna have to try and do this again. I'm gonna have to try and rewrite his memory. Just like, yeah, just I think a couple thugs came by, and I think they were robbing you or something. But I think you can't. I don't know if you're having like a stroke or something, but they were. I know they saw me and my friend here coming by, and they ran off. I couldn't quite get a look at them,
So
but
are you using the forgetful mind?
yeah,
All right.
I
Go
love
ahead.
rouse checks.
Go ahead and give me the rouse check.
Never punished.
You're good. The dice have been surprisingly kind to you today. All right. So for the forgetful
What's
mind,
that like?
At least for
It's-
one of us.
the forgetful mind, it's your manipulation and dominate again. And his. Okay.
3 successes.
With potential bestial failure. Unfortunately, luckily it's not a bestial failure because he only got one success.
I'll say unfortunately.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. The man looks at you, and you see him blink. No, yeah, it's coming back to me. It was someone. I don't remember. I don't know what their face looks like, but I think he was robbing me. I came out to check on something. I heard a noise. And the woman is now approaching. Honey, are you okay? You see a woman. She's got short, blonde, dirty blonde hair. She is wearing simple pajamas, put a light jacket on, and she has house slippers on. She is rushing over, concerned for her husband. What happened? What happened to you? Babe, honey, are you okay? What happened? And she's looking to the rest of you. What happened?
I think I saw him getting robbed or something. I don't know. I just came across and I saw
Someone,
like people in the like shadowy people, like the one with a mask. I don't know what.
someone
but-
tried to rob. I think someone tried to mug me. I think I caught a robber and he tried to attack me. Oh my god. I'm gonna. Can one of you call an ambulance, please?
I got it.
You dial 911. What do you say over the phone?
Hey, there's somebody almost got robbed on where the hell are we?
Wexford, Lais Boulevard.
Wexford Lays Boulevard. It's at the end of the road there.
Do they require medical attention?
Yeah.
All right. We'll send an ambulance on their way now.
All right, thank you.
All right. The woman is now standing with her husband, has her arms wrapped around him, is holding him up a little bit. Can you stay with us until the police arrive?
I have a very important meeting I need to get to. I was just coming back to my car just so I can go, and I literally cannot miss this. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I didn't see anything. I wish I did. I just saw, like, I was coming down. I just saw them vaguely. They glanced at my direction and saw that I was coming down with my friend here. I really need to go. I'm so sorry.
River is already gesturing for Rex to get in the car and looks to Valerie. Ma'am, you need to make her forget. We need to go.
And then I'll do forget.
Forgetful
And
mind.
then-
Get.
Yep.
And are you doing it as you're about, and you get in the car?
Yeah, doing it, get in the car, just to skedaddle.
All right. You peel out. Avery in your trunk. Rex, Valerie, and River driving quickly down the road.
Should I check on her?
Let her stay like that for a little bit, at least so she knows to keep her hunger in check next time.
Oh,
I s-
okay.
And we don't need to check on her right now. She should be fine. We need to get somewhere safe anyways. Make sure we can at least check on her in somewhere where we're not going to be caught on street cameras looking at a fucking body.
You all are in the vehicle. You're driving forward. River tense. Avery frozen in the trunk. This is not how you intended your night to go. With an almost death, a injured Kine, and as you hear the police sirens approaching, potentially some consequences. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on St. Pete by Night. Don't get caught. We love playing here. Seems like our Anarchs are in a little bit of a pickle due to some very unfortunate bestial failure rolls for the evening. We will see you back here next week. Hopefully our whole table will be here next time. We missed Judicale this session, but thank you so much for Kyrie for coming and reprising his role as Ian Farrow, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my players, and players, go ahead and say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
And we'll
Help us, please.
we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.